Welcome to the Saturday morning live chat that is sponsored by Nomad Internet. Go down in the description box and get the link and use my coupon discount code CrystalVanner25. Good morning to everyone. So as you can see, I'm inside. The sun literally just popped out a little while ago. It was kind of drizzling this morning. So I had planned on doing this inside. No, I'm not naked because everybody always asks me that when they can't see anything. I have something on. But yeah, so I decided to sit in here and do it already, and the sun popped out, although it looks like it went back behind clouds again. So yeah, I'm just inside today. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I have the fan on, but it's on low behind the camera. So hopefully let me know if that's interfering with the noise quality, sound quality rather. If it is, then I'll put the headset on. It's sitting right here so I can put it on if need be. But good morning to everyone. I missed all of you last night on Freaky Friday. It was the most boring one ever, but that's all I'm going to say about that because you know what happens there stays there. Just hope you guys can join me next month. But yeah, just chilling. Really have nothing going on. Actually, that's a lie. There's a lot going on, but nothing that I can talk about right now. So yeah, because nothing's definite and I don't want to be giving out any info that's not necessarily going to be relevant. So the weather is kind of overcast right now. It was drizzling this morning. It rained quite a bit last night. Yeah. So, you know, it's just weird weather we've been having. Lots of rain, lots and lots. I haven't had this much rain and it's a lot of rain. I know the plants and the animals and stuff need it, but it's a lot of rain. Just makes for more in the van time. It's all good. I think I saw something about the meetup. Sorry, I'm going to miss the meetup. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I would like to do more of those, and I completely didn't even think about reaching out to New Generation Farm Park earlier, like during the spring, and see if I could do a meetup. That was completely my fault, because honestly, I could have been doing like a monthly meetup this whole time, and that's completely my fault. I'm gonna, if possible, I'm gonna try and do one next month, if possible. If I can push dates a little bit, then I'm gonna try and do one next month. Maybe I'll talk to them when we do this meetup and see if this is something I can do maybe the second weekend in September. We'll see. That'll be tight schedule-wise, but we'll see. If they're down with it and I can finagle it, then more details will come later. But you probably won't have much notice because this meetup is the last weekend in August, and so if I'm going to do something the second weekend of September, you'll literally have less than 2 weeks. So it is what it is. That's all I can give. I'm giving as much as I can. But thank you, Joshua. That was a very nice compliment. I appreciate it. It did not go overlooked. Hi, Simply Natural. Hey, sis. I be seeing you everywhere. I be watching videos and I be seeing your comments. I don't always comment on everybody's videos, but I be watching videos and being like, look at her. She's so big up on everybody. You're like so inspirational and so motivational. You just be bigging up everybody. I love it. Hey, Frank and Lee. Hey, Crystal with a K. Hi, Auntie Catherine. Yes, don't forget to click the like button. There are 30 watching, only 13 likes. So don't forget to hit that little like button. If you're on a device and you're watching it landscape way, just turn it portrait way and hit the little like, or exit out on your X. You should have a little X in one of the corners. Hit the like button, then come right back. I'm not going anywhere. But I am getting emails. I always forget to turn notifications off every time I start a live. I don't know why, but I always forget that. So also questions in all caps with an emoji before it, just so it draws my attention. Now's the time to ask your van life questions. If you don't want to ask it in the chat or down in the comments of this video, definitely email it to me. I have an ongoing Q&A series. I answer a question every week. This month during beta, I'm answering questions twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday. So definitely hit me up with the questions, and you can put multiple questions in one email. I won't answer them all in one video, but that just gives me more Q&A series content for later. So it's all good. Stibbs is saying, I will try and meet up with you on the West Coast, leaving the East Coast December for 5 months. Nice. Nice. That's awesome. Good morning, Audrey. Yeah, anybody got any fun weekend plans? I was supposed to have plans, but they got changed to next weekend. So we'll see. Sunwater Flows is asking, how are you keeping cool? So I don't mind the heat. Obviously, I don't have air conditioning. I mean, my vehicle has air conditioning in it up front in the cab area. Well, I do have rear AC back here, but I'm not going to turn the car on and use it. So when I'm driving, occasionally, if it gets too warm, like if the sun is coming through the windshield and it's too warm, I'll turn my AC on. But honestly, I'm not a big AC fan anyway. Even in Sticks and Bricks, I kept my AC pretty high. So I have fans. I have one USB fan, one 12-volt fan, and I have a 110 plug-in fan. So the big 110 plug-in fan that's actually behind the camera on low, I do have that plugged into the house. So yeah, that's plugged into the house. I do have an extension cord going to the house where I am right now. But the other two run off of my house battery, the 12-volt one and the USB one. The USB one charges. I let that charge. Usually I let it charge a couple of hours, and I just keep that one off until the evening. In the evening, because it doesn't need to be plugged in once it's charged. If I put it on low, it can last like 8 hours on low. And so in the evening, I kind of prop it up right here, and it kind of shoots on my body at night on low, because I don't like fans on my head, my face. I wake up congested if I do that. So the USB one kind of, I have a, it has a clip. I can just show it to you. It's right here. So this is the USB fan. Got it on Amazon. It's a little dusty and dirty. I do need to clean it. I don't like the fact that it doesn't come apart, so I can't take this seam off so I can clean the blades inside. So I'm going to have to use like a computer air thing or something to get the dust off the blades. So it is an Opolar. Let me turn it the right way. Opolar USB fan. Now I have the one with the clip. I think they have one that's either just a stand or a magnet, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't have really exposed metal in here, so getting something with a magnet I rarely do, unless that's the only option. And again, it is a USB chargeable fan, so here's the cord. You've got this that goes into the fan, and then you've got the USB where it charges. And then on the back of the fan, you've got some buttons. You have the power button, and then you've got a timer button. And the timer cycles from 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour, and then it'll turn itself off. And then with the power button, you've got low, medium, and high. So you would click the power button, and this lights up. So I don't know if it's charged. There you go. So there's low, medium, high, and then off. And then when it's on, you hit the timer. You got all three are there. So that's the 4 hour, that's the 2 hour, and that's the 1 hour or off. So I love this fan. Miss K recommended this fan. She has it in her RV, one or two of them. I love the clip because I can just clip it, wherever, just wherever, pretty much. It's a really strong clip. It's really hard for me to open this clip, but yeah, it's a really good clip. I love it. So it just sits here. It's actually clipped on the back of my middle seat, the seat that is in the middle of the van. So I keep it clipped right there. So what I did is I took an elastic like a huge, it's almost like a huge thick elastic rubber band, but not made out of rubber, made out of like bungee cord material. So that is wrapped around the top of my chair. And then this just, I just clip this onto the bungee. And it's black, it's a black bungee, and I have a cover over my chair so you really don't see it. And it could just blow right across my body. And so yeah, I just charge it up during the day when it's sunny, and then this charge lasts, you know, until I use it. And then like I said, I keep it on low. It'll go like 8 hours. Oh, what is that? Oh. So yeah, I haven't had any issues with that fan whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I think I have one more of those in my wish list. But yeah, it would be nice to have a couple of those, just because the big fan I normally don't bring out unless I have actual electrical a way to run it, because it is a 110. Now, granted, it is battery operated, but it takes like 8D batteries and you don't get a long time out of it. So like I would not be able to run that during the day, hottest time of the day. That would be virtually impossible to run those D batteries. I would just be buying batteries constantly. So I only really use the big fan when I'm plugged in somewhere, which is rare, very rare. So it had been stored away for a really, 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 really long time. Now here's the 12-volt fan. I think I showed this one before. And I don't remember if I got this on Amazon or eBay, but it's been a little while. It's plugged in, so I'm not going to unplug it. But this is the double 12-volt fan, and it just has 1 and 2. 0, 1, and 2. That's it. But this thing is loud. This is 1. That's 2. And I don't even know if you're getting the full sound through video, but it's kind of loud. And when this is on, I can barely hear if like me is calling me. It's really kind of loud. So this one I do keep right here, blowing right on me on the really hot times. Like right now, it's not really hot, to me anyway. But this does have a 12-volt plug that you would need to plug into like a cigarette lighter type port. It is plugged in right now. I'm not going to unplug it because it's kind of out of the way. But yeah, this, it does come with these little pads that you can put on and then peel this off and stick it. But I move this around, so I don't want to do that. I just use a small bungee cord and just kind of hang it upside down, thread the bungee through here and just kind of hang it wherever. And then these move. They move almost completely. Not quite a 360, but they move and they turn. So they do turn 360 this way, but they don't pivot 360. But you can go up, down, you know, you can face it wherever you want. I really like this. Little loud, but I like it. It's worth it to me. Don't think I paid more than maybe $15 for that. And I want to say maybe the old Polar one might have been 20, 25 maybe. Something like that. The big one that I have down, that's from Walmart. And I think that one was probably like 15 or so too. So yeah, that's how I keep cool. That was a long ass answer, but that's how I keep cool. So Crystal with the K, I don't really talk about that on here. If you want the Instagram that you're talking about has a link that you can go to where I will talk about that. Email me if you want. I'm trying to be really cryptic. If you don't understand what I just said, then email me and I will send you a link. So yeah, I'm being really cryptic on purpose. On purpose. I am purposely being quite cryptic. It's all good. It's all good. Hold on just a sec. I need...
If my man was wearing this.
Okay, so I deleted that comment. I'm sure people saw it, but I went ahead and deleted it. For some reason, it won't let me do it on my phone. Okay, bye, Miss M. So your fans and fridge run off solar, sun, water flows. Yes. So I do have a 12-volt fridge. It runs off of my house battery as well. So I did forget about that. So yeah. So my fans and my fridge do run off of my, and my cell phone and tablet. They do run off of my solar. And yeah. So there's that. I have the extension cord in here for the big fan that's running on the house. So if I, like last night when I jumped on my laptop, I will plug that into the house extension cord. But the smaller things I don't put on there. And my fridge needs to run on my solar anyway, because it just does. I need to make sure my solar is capable of running my fridge. So I do have the 100-watt panel on this side, the top of my van. I do have another 100-watt panel that is sitting in the front seat that I still haven't put up, but it's going to go on this side. I have the luggage rack right here. The luggage rack is actually right here, and there's room for 2 panels, so I'm going to put the other 100-watt panel up here. And then I have the 220 Dokio portable panel that sits outside pretty much the whole time. As a matter of fact, later on today, I need to go out there and check it because all the rain we had last night, make sure I just cleaned those panels. I cleaned me and Miss V's off. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, so anyway, so much for that. But yeah, so although I think the 220-watt Dokio isn't really bringing in 220 watts, to be honest with you, based on what I'm seeing with my charge controller and stuff, I do not think it's bringing in 220 watts, really. I think it's more like 160 watts, which is disappointing, quite disappointing, because if I had the full 220 coming in, I think I wouldn't probably need the other 100-watt panel, but it is what it is. I also wanted the portable because I wanted to sometimes be able to park in either partial shade or full shade and still be able to get some solar, charging for my house battery. Now, at some point, I need someone to help me because I'm not real knowledgeable in that wiring, but I need someone to help me at some point to put the solenoid. I had one in Cardinal, the little solenoid switch that when I start my car engine, the alternator will charge the regular battery and then switch over and charge the house battery. My house battery is under my hood. I had room for it. So I do have a 100 amp hour battery there, and I think I'm going to get another 100 amp hour battery and just put it in the footwell here in the passenger seat area, because I obviously don't have room for 3 batteries under my hood. Or if I can find a spot under the actual van for a 100 amp hour battery, like under the van, if there was a spot under there, that'd be cool, because I'd rather not have a battery in here with me if I can avoid it. We'll see. I have before. It's not a big deal. Gwendolyn says, any weekend plans? No, I was just saying that weekend plans had gotten canceled this weekend and pushed back to next weekend. So right now I have no weekend plans. I had I had debated about leaving and going to New Generation for a couple of nights, tonight and tomorrow night, but I just don't feel like it. I'm feeling a little blah. I think my cycle's coming on. It's been threatening to come on for like the last 4 days, but still yet nothing. But I have the feeling of it coming on, and I don't know what's going on with it. So, who knows? Hi, Christy. First live chat. Thank you for saying that I'm beautiful. Thank you. Oh, Napa Valley, California. Cool, cool, cool. Auntie Catherine says my Vanner Fanner meetup is going to be on their 42nd anniversary, the 29th. Oh, yay. I should put that in my calendar so I can remember to happy anniversary text you. That's so awesome. You and Uncle Homo been together for 42 years. That's awesome. Hey, Traveling with Charity. Susan says, welcome to menopause. I know. I had a month where it didn't show up this winter, and I was like, yay! I was all excited because I am looking forward to menopause. I know it can be a dreadful thing to some women, but honestly, I'd rather have all the other symptoms than a flow. Honestly, I will deal with all the other stuff than have to deal with a flow. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think I'm quite there yet. I mean, I think I'm in, perimenopause, premenopause, post, not post, whatever they call it, menopause, the one before the real menopause. I think I've been in that for a while now because my left ovary, I can tell, I think I've said this many times, but every month each ovary drops an egg. One drops an egg one month, one other drops an egg the next month. That's what your period is. It's the egg that's unfertilized, blah 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 blah. We should have all learned that in like middle school health. But my left one, those months are so very different and have been for like over 12 years now, maybe 10 years, 10 12 years. And yeah, very light, very mild. Just started gradually happening, and I started realizing it was my left ovary month that was happening. Then my right ovary month, she makes up for it with everything: migraines, cramps, all of it. So she makes up for what the left one does not give me. Anyway, so I don't really want to talk about that. I'm always talking about that, but my subscriber base is heavily female, so I guess you guys get it. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's so weird because it looks like the chat stopped over here, but it's still going on my tablet. That's weird. All right, Stibbs is asking, did you ever get the rack on the back of your hitch? Maybe battery will fit there. No, I did not get the rack on the back of my hitch. It's just a financial thing. Yeah, it's just a financial thing. So, yeah, it's not something that, even though I want it, even though I need it, even though it will be useful to get some of the stuff from under my bed, out from under my bed, and the seasonal stuff back there, it's like, do I want to spend $300 on that though? So, yeah. So no, I haven't gotten it. Auntie Catherine's talking about menopause. Mine was easy. Did bleed for 2 weeks. The last 6 months, was glad they were done with. Wow, that's cool. Oh, Sam. Jackie. No, it's Crystal, not Vanna. From Western Australia. How are you doing in Australia from down under? I don't know. It's weird. It seems like the chat here is moving, but the other one, Mavis says hi. Happy Saturday, Crystal. Oh, happy Saturday to you too. 69 people, 71 now people watching, and nobody has a question. What, I don't understand what it is about lurkers. Like, I'm not saying that you guys are lurkers, but when I get on a live chat, I'm like gonna ask questions. I'm gonna talk. I don't know. I guess maybe it's like a podcast. You're just listening. You're not even watching. Maybe. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I get it, kind of. I guess, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm here. What you want to talk about? I guess it's gonna be a short one. Sam prefers the chats at night. Well, that only happened once a month, so sorry. Sorry. Were you on last night? I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much, but I don't remember seeing your name on last night. Those are creepy. Those lurkers are creepy because I'm like, okay, that's really creepy. Participate already, will you? I swear, I don't know what bit me, but it bit the hell out of me. Packing for a trip. Oh, okay. Bye, Stibbs. Have fun. Safe travels, all that. Riley is saying, I'm assuming that's Shastique, but I don't want to mess it up. So Riley is saying if you have a Harbor Freight, they have a cheaper option of hitch racks. Yeah, they have the $99 one, but the one I want swings away. It's $300, but it swings away so that I can still access the 2 back doors, which I do on occasion do. And I'd rather have the one that I actually want. So if I get the little $99, I still really don't even want to invest $100 in that because that's $100 that can go towards travel or whatever that I need it to go to. But yeah, I know they have that $99 one at Harbor Freight. I have seen them. They tend to hang low. They tend to also rust really quick too. So I don't know if I want to invest in something that I'm probably going to have to replace within a year. And when I could have just saved that $100 and waited and gotten the $300 one that I really want. So that's just my thought. Maria wants to know about when with the date for the West Coast is not set in stone because there are things happening here that I can't do any set in stone things until some things get figured out here. So yeah, can't even give you that. Melissa, any recommendations on using solar in sticks and bricks? Not really because house solar panels are different than the panels you would put on a vehicle or RV or whatever. So yeah, I don't really have. I mean, I'm sure you could still use these solar panels. You would just need more of them in sticks and bricks. So, I mean, they have the huge ones they put on roofs of houses. I mean, you're going to drop a pretty penny down, but I'm thinking overall, what it saves you in the long run in electric, it's probably worth it. Plus, you'll be ready for the zombie apocalypse. Apocalypse, rather. Or if something happens with the grid, I mean, you never know. The grid may shut down one day. You'll be good because you've got solar. But just know you'll be a target because I'm just saying. You'll be a target because all your neighbors are going to come try and break in your house or ask to plug into your solar grid when the apocalypse happens. I'm just saying. Hey, Pete. Not Sugarfoot. You're so corny. That's funny. Moonlit Hermit. Okay. What is doing van like life as a black woman? Oh my God, you're asking for a question. I mean, an answer that's gonna take a longest time to answer. Well, it's like anything being a black woman. I don't know how to answer this question without. So I don't think it's necessarily that different. It's just outside circumstances might make it different. Actual van life itself isn't different. I'm just a person living in a van, just like any other person living in a van. But outside circumstances can make it different based on where you go, other people's opinions of you because you're black, not necessarily because you're living in a van. And there's difference with being a woman in a van and being a black person in a van because I think a lot of us nomad solo women deal with a lot of sexist crap from men in this community. There are some predators, just like there are predators in sticks and bricks life. There are some van life predators, and there are some that think that this should be a free-for-all orgy because we live this lifestyle. That ain't the case. So I think a lot of women can tell you as solo nomads, solo nomads, that they've had issues with men. But as being a black person, even black men have dealt with racism in this community. People in the community can be racist. People outside the community can be racist. Just because we have this one thing in common doesn't mean people's prejudices and biases and racism does not come with them when they live a nomadic life. It does come with them. Whoever you are is pretty much who you're going to be living this lifestyle unless you decide to change and do some work on your own crap. And a lot of people don't because there are quite a few people that get into this lifestyle as seniors. And by that point, they are just like, hey, look, I am who I am and I ain't changing. So unfortunately, if they were a not so nice person all those years, they're probably still going to be a not so nice person. If they weren't, fond of black people all their life, they probably ain't going to be fond of black people now either. So yeah, it just is what it is. I take that kind of crap with a grain of salt. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to get in your face about your racist ways because it doesn't, you're the one who's unhappy, not me. Now, if you call me out my name, if you want to take it there, we can go there. But for the most part, I'm not gonna entertain you. I'm not gonna entertain you're silly and you're crazy. I'm not doing that. I'm not. I'm just not. So hope that answers your question. What is my favorite activity on the road? So I am so fond of random museums. Um, the small ones that like people don't even go to really because they're not popular or there's not much there to see. I like really finding random museums. I like driving when I'm hitting, on long drives. I have no time frame and no, I got to be somewhere at a certain time, certain date. I like just seeing those brown historic signs on the highway for random spots, touristy spots or museums or whatever. Like I don't know, Army Women Museum or something like that, or like that's how I found the Tina Turner museum. I found the Cotton Museum that way, just from a random sign on the highway. So yeah, I like doing that. That's probably my favorite activity. Um, I would love to visit more botanical gardens. You guys know I've done like 3 videos on botanical gardens since doing this. I did one in California when I went to meet Jen. I did one with a friend of mine in was that Richmond, Virginia, or Petersburg, Virginia? I'm not sure where it was in Virginia, but I did that. That was a pretty recent one. And then I just did the one in Tennessee when I took my trip to Tennessee. So I love botanical gardens. I can spend hours walking around taking pictures. I just like it. I like being in nature. So outdoorsy things are kind of my thing. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably my favorite activity. But I mean, you don't have to be part of van life to do that. I don't think there's any specific van life activities, I mean, unless you're counting something that you can only do in a van, there's really not van life activities. Have you ever visited Sedona Cathedral, Rock Trail, and Creek? No, never. Never even been to Sedona. How's it going with my locks? Yeah, they're going. I've got a lot of growth. I did share last night on last night's live that I plan on doing I plan on kind of freeforming, semi-freeforming. I know traditional freeforming, you just stop combing it and let it do what it do. But I kind of want mine to be a certain size. So that's why I started with partings. But because my last trial at locking my hair ended up with me combing them out, because of my joint condition, holding my arms up and trying to retwist the back was really proving difficult for me. And so I combed them out after, like, I don't know, 4 months maybe. And I was disappointed with myself. I started those in February of 2019. So February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, I think it was either June or July of 2019 I combed them out. So it was like 4 or 5 months I had them in. And they had started the bud and everything. So I was like disappointed in myself. But now that I know that, and now that I'm in a different kind of mindset with this lock journey, I know that I'm just gonna probably semi freeform, let them do their own thing, just keep separating my little small sections. As I just don't have the ability to really do the back. Like, it took a long time for me to 2-strand twist to begin the lock journey because I had, my arms and shoulder, everything was just killing me. So, and thanks Eve for helping me with my partings, because Eve helped me with the partings. He's a subscriber. I hope you're doing okay. You haven't contacted me in a while, Eve, so please hit me up, text me, please. Let me know you're doing good. So there, that answers that. Traveling with Charity says, do you have a portable charger besides your solar? So yeah, I have some of those little, I think they're in this drawer. Hold on. I have some of those little, these things. I have like 4, these little portable chargers. I keep them charged as best I can. Now this one's cool. I'll talk about it in a second. This one's cool too. So Miss K gave me this one. This is actually a hand warmer. It has 2 functions. So it's a and it's fully charged right now. So this is a, actually it's not, never mind, I take that back. That is not fully charged. That's half charged. So this will charge my cell phone and tablet, but if you hold down the power button, it heats up and it becomes a hand warmer, so you can warm your hands up when it's cold out. This one is called cool. This one is a Who 2. Hootoo. If you go in the in the YouTube search and put Crystal Vanner Who 2, you'll get the whole video on this. I'm going to do a quick little brief whatever. So with this device, not only will it charge my, so there's the word Who 2, Hootoo. So if you put in Crystal Vanner and Who 2, you'll see my whole review and how I did use this. So this device, I can plug my hard drive into this. Okay, so I plug my hard drive into this, and then I can use this to get my hard drive movies and music and everything onto my tablet, because my tablet Bluetooths to this. So, or not really for my laptop, because I can plug my hard drive directly into my laptop. So if I want to watch the movies and stuff that are on my external hard drive, I plug the hard drive into this, and then I Bluetooth whatever device to this, pair it, and that gives me access to the files on the external hard drive, my cell phone, my tablet, any mobile device. So it's really cool because I don't like taking out my laptop. I very rarely use it. There are some things I have to do on it, or that's just easier to do on it, that I will do. But for the most part, my entire channel is run off of my cell phone. I edit on my cell phone. I film on my cell phone. This live is on my cell phone. I've always run my channel with my cell phone. I make my thumbnails, everything. I can pretty much do everything I need to do. I recently had to pull the laptop out because something on YouTube was acting real glitchy on my phone. So I had to fix something on my YouTube channel with my laptop, and then that was it. Other than that, I haven't pulled this laptop out in a couple of months. So because that being said, I've always using either my tablet or my cell phone. And because of that, this was kind of a cool thing to get. I saw a random video, don't even know how I stumbled upon it, but I saw a random video last year, maybe. I think I've had this a year now, maybe over a year. I don't know how I stumbled on it again, don't know. But I found a video of a guy talking about it, and so I actually stuck this in my wish list and someone got it for me. That was a while ago. But yeah, I love it, because I rather watch stuff on my tablet than to pull out my laptop. The laptop is awkward. You can't really bring it close to you because, you've got the screen, you've got the keyboard, it can't really sit, and I don't want to put it actually on my lap. I don't want to do that. Like if I'm laying in bed, laptop's kind of at a distance, whereas the tablet, I can hang it like right here while I'm laying in bed, and it's like right in my face. So anyway, there you go. O'Reilly says they have coupons online for Harbor Freight, less than $100 if you go that route. Okay, thank you. Gigi says missed last night, didn't get a notification. So a lot of people were saying they didn't get a notification, and that's upsetting. I don't understand. Bonnie, hey, hello, got my schoolie and starting remodeling today. Yay! Can't wait to get it done to meet up with you someday. We'll have lots of questions for you soon. Awesome. That is so, congratulations. Melissa wants to know, I think that says Melissa. Melissa wants to know, since you travel so much, do you have a favorite gas station? Yes, truck stops. So Flying J, Pilot, Sheets, and Love's. I find Love's gas is not usually the cheapest out of all of those. And sometimes Love's don't allow overnight parking. I find that they tend to be the ones that say no to overnight parking when I go in and inquire about it. Pilot and Flying J, I don't even ask anymore. I just park overnight, because I've never had an issue parking at any of them. I've never parked overnight at the Sheets. No, I take that back. I did do that once. I went in and asked the manager, and he was like, yeah, no problem. We're open 24 hours. Just, park right here close to the, normally I don't park close to the, okay, so how the building and the store, the convenience store part, I normally don't park right there in that row in front of the convenience store, because that should be for people going in and, doing what they need to do and coming back out. I normally park away from the building, but he recommended, he said, just park over here um, in front of the store. So I parked on the very end in front of the store so that the actual, in front of the doors was open for people going in and doing what they needed to do. But I had a great night's sleep, didn't have any issues at that Sheets. I have rarely had issues at a truck stop besides just sound. I am a light sleeper. Sorry, I'm getting texts. I don't know. Can you guys hear that? Roadrunner? That's my notification for a group chat that I'm in. So yeah, I really don't have any issues with truck stops. They can be a little noisy depending on how far the trucker parking is from like the other parking spaces. If there's a good distance, then you normally don't tend to hear it, and they tend to kind of lull you to sleep. The only time I have an issue is like when a truck is closer to me and it starts up in the middle of the night. That'll wake me up, and then I'm up all night. So, but yeah, those are my favorite gas stations. Hey Ronald, emailed you some questions last night. You have answered them all. You have answered them all right. I found the other ones on your site. Oh, so basically I don't have to answer yours now? Okay, when I check my email, I will just go ahead and delete that since you found all the answers you need. Cool beans. I like that. Oh my gosh. Margot says, good morning. I need the benefit of your infinite wisdom. What phone/Wi-Fi service do I hook up with for going on the road? Hope so. Oh, Nomad Internet. Let me mute these. They're starting to have a whole lot of discussion. Nomad Internet. That's my sponsor, but I wouldn't sponsor with someone that I did not use and did not feel confident in. So just know, guys, I'm not doing this like for money. So definitely Nomad Internet. The link is down below, and I have a discount code CrystalVanner25. So definitely use them. I've had no issue. I've been putting it to the test. Like I've been absurdly using it more than I would. Like really just to test it. Like absurdly using it. I have 2 old cell phones that I have on the Wi-Fi. I plug them in and just let stuff run randomly. YouTube, just let it run 24, 48, 72 hours on mute. I don't hear it. I just tuck them away and let it run while I'm doing my normal stuff. Just absurdly using gigabytes. Just being obnoxious with it. Because, I mean, it says unthrottled and it says unlimited unthrottled. So I'm putting it to the test. Like I'm legit trying to rack up like a couple 100 gigabytes by the end of the cycle just to see. I'm being real obnoxious with use. So, because I don't want to recommend something to you guys that's not going to be able to test your limits. I'm not a gamer. I know some people are gamers, and so this would be a great service for gamers because I'm using quite a bit of gigabytes, and I know sometimes companies can limit your gigabytes, especially if you're a hardcore gamer. So, Pamela says, hi, Crystal. Been doing small trips for 3 months. Hope to see you in Arizona this winter. Nice. Mavis wants to know what would be the perfect van life for you. That's an interesting question because there's no perfect anything. You're going to have issues. I would say not having any breakdowns. I mean, really, if the van is working and it doesn't, and all I have to do is maintenance stuff, I'm happy. That's perfect to me. The only other thing I would add to my van life was some steady online income. This this commission-ish based income is killing me. So some kind of steady online income that I know, that I can just put in my hours every day and know I'm going to get X amount of dollars on my check. So yeah, that'd be it. Yeah. What were the total costs for you to get on the road? I had 0 costs to get on the road. I started in the vehicle I had, so there were no costs to me, and I used items from my sticks and bricks to in my SUV, and I think I bought maybe the wood for the bed platform. That was it. But I try to use as much stuff as I already had, bins and plastic drawers and stuff like that. So I really didn't have much cost, maybe $50 maybe when I first started. And even, I mean, my bills have always been pretty cheap. I don't think I've ever spent more than 300, maybe 4. for an actual build. I'm not talking about the solar and everything, but for just making the van itself comfortable to live in. Maybe 4 was the most I spent, and that was this van in the beginning. And half that shit's not even in here. Oh Lord, I just cussed. Sorry. Half that stuff's not even in here. So there you go. Do you ever plan a route to avoid clan areas? No, I'm not doing that because no. That is true, Susan. You think people would grow as they get older, and you would think that living this kind of lifestyle, unless, well, some people are kind of forced into this lifestyle, so maybe they're kind of angry and bitter. But I feel like because it is a very freeing lifestyle, that you think people will be more happy. Now, I'm not saying everybody in this lifestyle is like that what I said earlier, but I've run into a few. Most people are open and kind and sweet and caring and loving. But I have run into a few sexist men, and I've run into a few racist people. And it's all good. It just is what it is. Do I know which kind of guns I was firing? Oh, I did see that email. No, I have no idea. I don't know anything about guns, and he told me, and I didn't write them down, and I didn't get that information recorded, so no, I have no idea. That was so many months ago. I have no idea what guns I was firing. That's the first time I ever held a gun in my life, so I have no knowledge of them whatsoever, so I can't even answer that question for you. Hey Tina, there's a botanical gardens in Elkhart, Indiana, but it costs $8. That's actually not bad. The ones I've been to were free. I think all of them were free. Yeah, they were all free. But $8 is not bad. Bonnie wants to know what is the best thing to start with when converting vehicles. Short bus? Oh, I will never answer that question because everybody's needs are different. I can't answer that question for you. No one can answer that question for you. And if you take someone's advice and it doesn't work for you, you will be unhappy. No one can really answer what vehicle is the best vehicle to do van life in. No one can answer that because everyone's different and everyone's needs are different. Everyone's pocketbook is different. Everyone's, I mean, some people need height. I don't really care necessarily about being able to stand. It's nice to be able to stand in the first half of my van, but I spent 3 years in a minivan and was perfectly happy. I had no issues with not standing. But some people are like, I couldn't do it. I got to stand up. So that's a requirement for you. Not a big deal for me. So I would never tell anybody what the best van for van life is because it's going to depend on what you need. If you want a schoolie, fine. Just know that if you get a schoolie, you're never, ever, ever going to be incognito. Ever. Ever. You are never going to be incognito in a schoolie or an RV. And there are some places that you can't park because of that. A regular schmegular van can park anywhere. So you just got to decide. High tops are going to be more expensive than a regular roof line. So if height is important to you, be prepared to spend a little more money, either to get one that has a high top or to put one on a regular van. No one can tell you what's the best. They just can't. Because their wants and needs are going to be different than your wants and needs. It's just that simple. Tanya says, love your honey brown skin, so pretty. Oh, thank you. You'll make me blush. Adina says, how hard is it to cool the van off after cooking? So y'all know I don't cook very often. I haven't cooked in weeks. I legit will eat yogurt and granola to avoid cooking. So yogurt's probably one of the only dairy things that I still eat. Occasionally I'll have a pizza. But I don't really eat cheese like that anymore, or really any dairy at all. Almond milk is my thing. So, yeah, I'll eat a bowl of cereal to avoid cooking, or I'll eat some yogurt and granola and craisins to avoid cooking. I don't like cooking. I don't want to cook. My stovetop is portable. It's just a gas one burner stove. I can always take it outside and cook if I really, really wanted to and not get hot in the van. But if I know that I'm going to cook, then I cook early in the morning when I first get up. And it's cooler then. It's really cool here in the mornings. Not cold, but cool. And I definitely have made oatmeal early in the morning, even though I don't really like eating early in the morning. But I will eat a small bowl of oatmeal in the morning if I'm going to heat up water. It's not that hard to cool it off. I mean, I don't have a roof fan. I would recommend someone who's going to be cooking, definitely get yourself a max air fan, um, because you can pull the heat and the fumes out of your van, and that'll help cool it quicker. I keep my front windows down. I keep my side door open. So, yeah, I mean, I do have a fan. If you can see it in this back window, it is not attached to anything yet. It has no power to it. So I do need to get this hooked up with the help of a certain friend. They know who they are. So that I can turn it on. Honestly, I think at some point I will probably put um a max air fan in this. I have two cargo doors on the side. The one cargo door normally stays closed, the other one I open up during the day. Like right now would be open, but I can't tell if it's still drizzling or not. I don't think it is. I'll probably open it in a little while after this video. But that one cargo door stays closed unless I'm going to be turning the seat around and, open. So I think in that second door, I'm going to probably put a max air fan. And I believe they're 14 by 14. And I think that window is just big enough for a max air fan. So I think at some point that will happen. Because I feel like, because that's right across from where I cook. So I feel like I could set it to pull air out. I'm not a big fan of making holes in my roof. I know if it's done right, it won't leak, blah, 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 blah. But I just have a fear of putting a hole and then I'm going to have a leak at some point. So I just have that fear. Not fear, but concern. So I'd rather put a fan in that window. I'd rather put a fan in this window and have them work together, one pushing, one pulling, and have a little vortex in here. That's just me. Donna wants to know, what glue should I use if I want to put fabric my fiberglass roof like yours. So this is not glued and this is not fiberglass. My ceiling is not fiberglass. I mean, my top is fiberglass, but because this was a conversion van and it has wood, it had wood down the whole middle. That's where the lights were and console and all that. So on the edges, it also had thin wood to hold that wood. So this is staple gunned. So I wouldn't even know what to be able to tell you glue wise that's going to work on fabric and on fiberglass. I have no idea. I would honestly go call a fiberglass manufacturer and ask them what sticks to fiberglass and then use that. Because this fabric on my roof, I don't know, I guess you guys can't see it. But the fabric here, this is actually, when we went in to Joann's Fabric and found this, me, Miss V, and Miss K found my fabrics together. This is like sleeping bag material, thin sleeping bag material. You can see it's got a batting, and it's got like a nylon-y, satiny-ish feel. So yeah, this is just staple gun, and a few staples have fallen out. I need to borrow Mr. P's staple gun again and hit it in a few places. So a few staples have fallen out, short staples. But yeah, it's just staple gunned. No glue. So it's almost been an hour. Let me try and get through the rest of these questions. Good morning to those saying good morning. Hey, Uncle Homer. Tony said, yes, we hear every beep beep. How have you been doing van life how would you begin van life during the pandemic? It's going to depend on your comfort level, honestly. If you're not comfortable, then I would say hold off if you can. I know some people are having a financial situations and they kind of have to do it. But I would try and find, if you can afford it, an RV park that does monthly rates, maybe, and stay plugged in somewhere. So until you're good with traveling, from what I'm seeing and hearing, BLM land is still plentiful and open in many places. So just double check that though. Because there you can be by yourself, you can spread out. So it might be easier. Just go into town for supplies every week or two. That's kind of what I do. I go to the grocery store like every other Monday and do laundry. So that'll be happening this Monday. But yeah, I mean, you still got to be cautious. You don't want to randomly be parking next to people you don't know. You don't know who they've been around, all that. So you still got to take all the same precautions that you would in sticks and bricks. You just happen to be on wheels. So there's no real huge difference in my mind. It's just going to depend on the size of your vehicle. Is it comfortable enough to spend time in? Are you going to be able to get outside where you're parked? We're lucky enough to be in a backyard, so we don't really have to worry about moving constantly. So, yeah. Hey, hey, Mary. um, Sunwater and Flows wants to know, does Nomad Internet work better than... Yeah, so Nomad Internet is the actual hotspot. It's not your cell phone. You're not getting cell phone. Now, you can put your cell phone on the Wi-Fi hotspot, but it's a separate hotspot. So yes, it is better than cell phone, because cell phone companies are not 100% unlimited. They usually start throttling you or slowing you down at 22 gigs. So if you're like me, you can use 22 gigs in a day. I can do that easy. So if you want more than your 22 gigs for the month, like if you're going to be watching a lot of Netflix, if you're going to be watching a lot of Hulu and videos and streaming services, then you may want to think about getting the Nomad Internet. If you're good with just 22 gigs a month, then you may not need it. When am I going to do another van tour? Not until everything gets tweaked. There's too many little things that need to be finished. And I don't want to keep doing van tours of the same van. It's kind of redundant. So when I get all the little things done and tweaked and finished, then I'll do it. I'm hoping by the end of the year, but that may or may not happen. So we'll see. Christy says, interested in purchasing van, worried campgrounds won't accept reservations, thinking I'm homeless, stereotyping. So I don't understand. Are you planning on staying at campgrounds for months at a time? Because a campground shouldn't care. If you're just doing weekends or 1 week or even a couple weeks at a time. If you're camping, you're camping. It doesn't matter. So I don't know what you mean by that. You'll have to email me more. Maybe ask a question in an email, because I'm going to be getting off here soon. Hey, Pamela. Pamela says, glad to have found you here. My family thinks I'm crazy, but I'm glad to know I'm not alone out here. Thank you, Crystal. Oh, you're very welcome. No, I mean, most people don't understand wanting to live a mobile lifestyle, and it's fine. Audrey says, love my lifestyle. East Coast van life is way different than West Coast. Oh, gosh, yes. It's hard out here on the East Coast. Yeah, it's much more difficult on the East Coast to live in a vehicle than it is on the West Coast, because there are thousands of people doing van life on the West Coast, and you're going to have a built-in community on most of the BLM land out there, and there's more BLM land out there. It's not as plentiful out here on the East Coast, and it just seems to be more frowned upon here, and it's more deemed homelessness on the East Coast than it is on the West Coast. I know the West Coast, you find all kinds of vehicles, big schoolies with multiple people in them, RVs, $50,000 RVs parked next to little minivans. I've been there, I know. I've been parked next to nice rigs and really, really old rigs, but we all got the same view and we're all living freely, so it doesn't really matter to me. As long as you're cool, I'm cool. As long as we have a cool vibe, I'm good. But yeah, it's really, 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 really difficult to do it out on the East Coast. I will say that much. To Tanya. No, I will probably never have a house in the future. I would like to have land by the time I'm 60-ish, maybe. I would like to have some land, and I would like to put a shipping container home base for me, and then I'd like to do maybe a couple other shipping containers or a couple tiny houses or shed houses, something to like Airbnb or rent out or something to have a little income. and maybe a little gardening, little farming, have a little community, little tribe out there, little village of people, like-minded people. But oh, thank you, Tanya. Um okay, I think I answered that question already. Oh, I got a super chat. Thank you, Sun, Water, and Flows. You remember there's a Waterfire Oasis camp in Hava Havasupi? Havasupi? Within the Grand Havasu. You mean Havasu? I never heard of Havasupi. Within the Grand Canyon and Oasis Sedona. Slide rock cliff divers, too much fun. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Hello, Olderman Vanner. Mavis says if money was not an object, would you want sticks and bricks? No. No. In addition to a vehicle on wheels, or possibly enjoy the best of both worlds? No, I would take land. If money was no object, I would go buy land right now. I don't want regular sticks and bricks, and I want land where I can do whatever I want on it and not have to worry about, oh, you can't have a shipping container house here. Yeah, no. I would never go live like in a regular house again. It's just not me. I see. I didn't even see politics. Somebody must have deleted it, but that's good to know. Yeah, Uncle Homer is saying that just like Crystal said, we have a class C. We found out it was a little too small for both of us, so we went to a little class A. So yeah, sometimes, everything's different for everybody. Everyone's needs are different for everybody. With that said, and Miss V's little post there, I'm going to get off this live. I have to be mindful of the people who are watching the replay, and sometimes watching a really long replay can be boring. So I appreciate you guys for joining me on this Saturday morning live. I will see you next Saturday live again, and I hope you're enjoying the Veda videos. I'm not traveling anymore right now, so they're going to be a little bit boring this week. But I am going to have, I think I'm going to be visiting Virginia soon, so I definitely will do a little video there of something. Share something with you guys there. I think it's next Tuesday or Wednesday next week, not this week. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.